Are you looking for the best Corsair cases? In this video we will look at some of the 5 best Corsair cases on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Corsair Carbide Series Spec-Delta RGB. Corsair and its Carbide series of computer cases have been around for quite some time now, since they are perfect for those who are on a budget but still want something functional. The Corsair Carbide series Spec-Delta RGB computer case is present in the first position in this list, since this is one of the best entry-level options out there. Starting off with the internal compatibility of this cabinet, you can use ATX, micro ATX, and mini ITX motherboards with it. And since it's not a high-end cabinet, it's given compatibility with up to 160mm tall CPU coolers, 330mm long GPUs, and 180mm PSUs is to be expected. However, you only get 2x2.5-inch and 2x3.5-inch drive bays with this cabinet, which can be an issue for some. Thankfully, Corsair does offer pretty good fan and radiator support with this cabinet, since it supports 3x120mm included RGB front fans, 2x140mm top, and 1x120mm rear fans. It even supports a 360mm front, 240mm top, and a 120mm rear radiators. While its tempered glass side panel certainly looks amazing, it has a partial mesh panel at the front, which results in poor airflow compared to others. Fortunately, you do get other handy features like 2x USB 3.0 and 1x combo audio jack at the top. At number 2. Corsair iCUE 220T RGB Smart Case. When Corsair introduced the iCUE customization software, it also introduced multiple supported products for the same, including the iCUE series of computer cases. Corsair's iCUE 220T RGB computer case is present in the second position in this listicle, as this is a great option if you want something that looks amazing. Apart from looking great, this Corsair case is also fairly practical, because this case allows you to use ATX, micro ATX, and mini ITX motherboards inside. Although, it is a bit small in terms of the space for internal components, as it has a support for up to 160mm CPU coolers, 300mm long GPUs, and 180mm long PSUs. Similarly, it only has 2x2.5-inch and 2x3.5-inch drive bays inside it. Fortunately, being an Airflow Edition case, Corsair has included pretty good fans and radiator support with this case. To be more exact, it allows you to install up to 3x120mm included RGB front fans, 2x140mm top, and 1x120mm rear fans. Moreover, it can even be used with a 360mm front, 240mm top, and a 120mm rear radiators. Even though this Corsair case has included RGB fans, it still comes with a mesh front panel for good airflow, which also looks amazing next to the tempered glass side panel. You also get 2x USB 3.0 and 1x combo audio ports with this Corsair case, which makes it quite practical for most. At number 3. Corsair iCUE 4000X RGB Case. Corsair also offers slightly larger and more premium offerings under its iCUE lineup of computer cases that you can consider if you were looking for a great-looking cabinet. The Corsair iCUE 4000X RGB computer case is one of the best-looking options given in this list for all those who are fans of RGB components. Other than looking amazing, this Corsair case is also quite practical and versatile, since you install ATX, micro ATX, and mini ITX motherboards inside it with ease. It even supports other hardware devices like up to 170mm tall CPU coolers, 360mm long GPUs, and 220mm long PSUs. And similar to most other Corsair cases that we have discussed till now, this one also comes with 2x2.5-inch and 2x3.5-inch drive bays. But the best thing about this Corsair case is that you get 3x120mm included RGB front fans, along with the support for 2x140mm top and 1x120mm rear fans. With this cabinet, you also get the space to install cooling radiators with sizes like 360mm front, 280mm top, and 120mm rear radiators. Although, despite looking amazing along with the side tempered glass panel, the front tempered glass panel does choke this cabinet a little in terms of airflow. thankfully, you do get other handy features with this Corsair case like 1x USB 3.1 Type-C, 1x USB 3.0, and 1x combo audio jacks for its front I/O connectivity. At number 4. Corsair iCUE 465X RGB Smart Case. If budget is not an issue for you, then you can also find some premium offerings under the Corsair iCUE lineup of computer cases that offer even better design than the previous one. Corsair's iCUE 465X RGB computer case is another great-looking option given in this listicle, as it is an RGB case with a unique design. But taking a look at its support for internal components first, you will be glad to know that it can be used along with ATX, micro ATX, and mini ITX motherboards. Unfortunately, it might not be the best option for larger hardware components, since it only works with up to 160mm tall CPU coolers, 300mm long GPUs, and 180mm long PSUs. That being said, Corsair has managed to offer 4x2.5-inch and 2x3.5-inch drive bays with this computer case, which is certainly quite great. Moving over to the design side of things, this is where this Corsair cabinet gets better than others, as you get the support for 3x120mm included RGB front fans, 2x120mm top, and 1x120mm rear fan. This cabinet from Corsair also includes decent radiator support, as it can be used with a 360mm front, 240mm top, and 120mm rear radiators. As for its front I/O connectors, you get a 2x USB 3.0 and 1x combo audio jack, which should be decent enough for most. Although, one area where this Corsair case falls a bit behind is the fact that it uses a tempered glass panel on the side as well as the front, which might not be the best in terms of its cooling performance. At number 5. Corsair 5000D Glass ATX PC Case. Corsair also offers a slightly premium and definitely a much larger case offering under its D series of cabinets that can be a great option for those who want something more than the 4000D stated previously in this list. The Corsair 5000D Airflow RGB computer case is a great option present in this list if you want a lot of space and cooling for your high-end computer components. Unlike most other standard-size Corsair cases out there, this one supports multiple motherboard sizes including ATX, ATX, micro ATX, and mini ITX. Not only that, but you can even install up to 170mm tall CPU coolers, 400mm long GPUs, and 250mm long PSUs. It even offers 4x2.5-inch and 2x3.5-inch drive bays, which certainly makes it much bigger than most other Corsair cases. Being a D-series cabinet from Corsair, you can also expect amazing cooling performance from it, which is made possible thanks to its support for 3x120mm front, 3x120mm top, 3x120mm side, and 1x120mm rear fans. Next to all of these fan mounts, you can also install a 360mm front, 360mm top, 360mm side, and a 120mm rear radiator, which makes it excellent for cooling. Last but not least, you get a tempered glass side panel along with a mesh panel at the front, resulting in best-in-class cooling performance with this Corsair cabinet. Another great thing about this Corsair case is that it includes 1x USB 3.1 type, 2x USB 3.0, and 1x combo audio jack at the front too.